I thought I'd share something a little different with you today. I wanted to show you how we took our 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home and turned it into 6 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It was a process over several years. We bought our first home back in 2021, and over the course of several years, we've been upgrading it. So let me know if you want to see more of our home renovations. You buying a 30-year-old entry-level home, there'd be a lot of work ahead of us. And one of the first things that we had to tackle, one of the big jobs, was the fencing. It was old, it was just so dilapidated, missing palings, it offered no security and no privacy. So that became one of our first things to tackle. Tim ended up having to do the whole property line, and then he worked on building a shed. We had a tiny little shed on there, and we needed a bigger one to store all our building material. We got the formwork down, and the concrete slab actually was the best handball court for so long until we got the steel framework up. And then things started to move pretty quickly. Walls went up, the roof went on. The kids were there helping every step of the way. This is them filling a trench of the electrical work up to the shed. This is them putting together some shelving, which obviously stores so much of our crap now. It's really good. This is probably one of the best investments that we've made. And then our attention turned to the old shed, which is like an old little regular garden shed, and we had to pull everything out of there. We sorted it all out, dumped a whole lot of crap, and put the new stuff in the new shed. We then built a retaining wall, cut into the land, flattened it. You can see we used the dirt here that was dug out from the ground for the front retaining wall. So we were kind of doing 2 builds at the same time there. And then shortly after that, we started on our new master bedroom. This is one of the extra rooms that we've added on. Once the bricks went up, it only took like a morning for the guys to come in and do it. And I was so surprised about how fast that process was. I got to do some painting on it, so it felt nice to be able to contribute some way to my new bedroom. The roof went up pretty quickly. Once they got those up and the sheets went up, it was really starting to come together and feel like an actual room, an actual part of the house. This is what we're looking at, is the ensuite there and the wardrobe, the new plumbing. Once the roof went on, the sheets went up pretty quickly in like a day or so. This is the new cabinetry that Tim did. I was really happy with that wood grain, and then we worked on the wardrobe. This is the exciting part for me. All right, my drawers are in, yay! We're gonna add self-closing mechanisms to them later. They're on back order. They weren't at the hardware store, so we have ordered them. They're just on back order, but apparently you can insert them later. So I'm gonna go, and I know this might not seem like a fun task for you, but I'm totally stoked about organizing these drawers with my clothes. Adding the extra little pretty things like the mirrors and the shower screens came in, and it really started to pull together like a room. The paint went on, the floors went down, and we put some curtain rods up, and it really started to come together. Once we were done with that, we moved on to the carport conversion, and this didn't take long at all because it was already under roof and it had a foundation. We just kind of put up walls, left a cavity at the front for things like prams, strollers, car seats, and then also a little bit of space at the back for an external laundry as well. So out of that, we made 2 extra rooms there. And continuing inside, we did the plastering, and then the beds went in. They also got new wardrobes as well, which is great. And we kind of had to be a little bit creative with that and get them to share spaces. One of the main things that we did was bunk beds. Every room has a bunk bed and a bunk bed and another bunk bed, which is great. The kids love it. They get to play, and it's just a good time for all. But to be honest, I still think we need more room.